The epic trials of Xibalba, the hero twins battle against the Underworld. Enter the shadowed corridors of ancient Mayan mythology, where gods and mortals, light and darkness, contend for the balance of existence. In this exploration of the Popol Vuh, the sacred text of the Mayan civilization, we uncover one of the most enthralling tales ever told. It is the journey of Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué, the venerated twin heroes, as they descend into Xibalba, the Mayan underworld. This is no ordinary voyage. It is a saga of courage, intellect, and divine resolve, a battle against the unrelenting lords of death. Join us as we delve into this timeless epic, unraveling the trials faced by the twin heroes in their mythic battle against the forces of darkness. Their story is one of triumph, not of might, but of wit and resilience, and it offers us an invaluable glimpse into the beliefs and values of one of the most remarkable civilizations in human history. Our tale begins with the wide-open maw of Xibalba, the Mayan underworld. It is a grim and treacherous landscape, where the air hangs heavy with menace and the laws of nature buckle under the weight of the supernatural. Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué, descendants of gods, venture here not for glory, but for destiny. They are summoned by the cruel lords of Xibalba, malevolent deities who had once defeated and humiliated the twins' father and uncle in this very underworld. The twins arrive in the realm of Xibalba, governed by the powerful and deceitful lords of the underworld. As an initial test, they are offered to sit on thrones, which are actually burning embers disguised as seats. When Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué arrived in Xibalba, they were received in a dark hall. The lords sat on grand thrones, their cold and challenging eyes fixed on the twins. In sweet words, they invited the twins to sit on majestic thrones adorned with gold and precious stones. But something felt wrong. The twins carefully observed the thrones and noticed they were not what they seemed. Beneath the beauty lay danger, as the thrones were burning embers in disguise. With a calm smile, they refused the offer and remained standing. The lords of Xibalba exchanged irritated glances. The twins had passed the first test. Annoyed at being outwitted, the lords sent the twins to their first trial, the dark house. There, the darkness was so dense it felt as if the world had disappeared. The twins were given two objects, a cigar and a torch. "You must keep them lit all night," the lords said, certain the twins would fail. But Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué were clever. Instead of consuming the objects, they used firefly wings to mimic the light. When dawn broke, the cigar and the torch remained intact. The twins' playful laughter echoed through the cave. The Jaguar house. The next trial led them to the Jaguar house. Upon entering, they heard the growls of dozens of hungry beasts. Jaguars prowled in the shadows, their golden eyes gleaming ominously. Without showing fear, the twins devised a plan. They grabbed bones and threw them to the jaguars, who, ravenous for food, were instantly distracted. While the beasts devoured the bones, the twins calmly made their way to the exit, once again unharmed. The firehouse. The third house was a terrifying place, the firehouse. The blistering heat made the air shimmer, and flames danced in every direction, threatening to consume them. But the twins did not falter. They stood still, facing the heat with supernatural calm. The flames did not touch them, as if the fire itself recognized their divine nature. When the night ended, they emerged unscathed, while the lords of Xibalba watched with growing frustration. The Bat House. The fourth trial brought them to the Bat House. The house is infested with kamasats, monstrous bat-like creatures from Mayan mythology. These are not ordinary bats but enormous, menacing beings with glowing eyes, sharp claws, and leathery wings that sound like thunder in the confined space. The twins are forced to survive in this chaotic and dangerous cavern, where the bats swarm and hunt relentlessly. Any movement risks drawing attention, and the creatures seem to thrive in the oppressive darkness. To evade detection, Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué take refuge in their blowpipes, a creative hiding place according to the Popol Vuh. They remain perfectly still, trying to outlast the night while the bats swarm above. In the dead of night, one of the largest bats, a monstrous creature identified as kamasats, Death Bat, descends silently. Its sharp claws and powerful bites sever Hunahpú's head, leaving his body lifeless and motionless. Ixbalanqué, still hidden, is devastated but does not panic. Despite his grief, Ixbalanqué quickly regains his composure, understanding that his survival, and Hunahpú's potential revival, depend on his ingenuity and resolve. Using stealth and cleverness, Ixbalanqué retrieves Hunahpú's severed head from the grasp of Kamisats. Hunahpú returned to life, and the twins continued on their journey. The Razor House. Finally, they reached the Razor House. Here, the walls and floor were lined with sharp blades that moved ceaselessly, as if alive. Every step was a mortal risk. Once again, the twins demonstrated their intelligence. They spoke to the blades, calming them and convincing them not to harm them. Intrigued by their bravery, the blades remained still and allowed the twins to pass unharmed. The Resurrection. Frustrated by the twins' success, the lords of Xibalba decided to end their story. They captured the twins and sacrificed them in a dark ceremony, believing they had finally won. But Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué were not ordinary mortals. Through a divine plan, they returned to life, more powerful than ever. With their resurrection, they not only defeated the lords of Xibalba but also restored balance to the world, proving that light can always triumph over darkness. After their resurrection, Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué returned more powerful than ever. With their cleverness and divine abilities, they ultimately outsmart and humiliate the lords of Xibalba, exposing their arrogance and stripping them of their power. The lords of Xibalba, once the feared rulers of the Underworld, lose their authority and prestige. The twins not only defeat their enemies but also demonstrate that intelligence, sacrifice, and perseverance can overcome even the darkest forces. Having completed their trials and defeated the lords of Xibalba, Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué no longer belong to the mortal world. Instead of returning to ordinary life, they ascend to the heavens to take their eternal place in the cosmos. Hunahpú becomes the sun, symbolizing light, life, and energy. Ixbalanqué becomes the moon, representing balance, calmness, and the connection to the night. Through their ascension, the twins not only restore balance between good and evil but also ensure the continuity of the cycle of life and death, a core aspect of the Mayan worldview. The legacy of the twins. The story of Hunahpú and Ixbalanqué is much more than a heroic tale. It is a deeply spiritual allegory that conveys fundamental values in Mayan culture: resilience. Even in the face of the greatest challenges, bravery and intelligence can prevail. The cycle of life and death. Death is not the end but part of a natural cycle that leads to renewal. The triumph of good. Light can always overcome darkness, and order can be restored even in the most chaotic moments. The cultural impact. The story of the hero twins has inspired generations within Mayan communities and beyond. The myths of the Popol Vuh not only explain the creation of the world and the origins of the sun and moon but also serve as a reminder of the ongoing struggle between the forces of order and chaos. The Popol Vuh ends as a celebration of human ingenuity and divine connection, showing that sacrifices and struggles can lead to spiritual transformation and universal balance. Thank you for joining us on this journey through one of the greatest stories ever told. If you enjoyed learning about the hero twins, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let's keep the light of their legacy alive. See you in the next adventure.